Who you decide to marry is going to be the most important life decision that you're ever going to have to make. Choosing who you're going to work with is going to be the most important business decision you're ever going to have to make. Now, it's no secret that the best and the easiest way to start making money online as a beginner is to start some form of service-based business. So a marketing agency, for example, where you will offer some form of service to individual businesses. Now, it's the best way to start because there's no startup cost. You can just start today by yourself and start offering some form of service. You don't have to create like a super unique product or anything like that. You partner with the people with the product and you just help them grow and market and sell that product. And that's the service that you offer. So if that is the best business to start, then choosing what type of clients you work with and how you grow that business is going to be the most important decision that you have to make. So if you're watching this video, it's likely that you've already started this process of trying to decide who you want to work with. And there are a shit ton of options, right? And that is an official measurement, a shit ton of options. You can start like a local lead gen agency business. You can start like an e-com marketing agency, whether you're running ads for e-com businesses or doing the email marketing. You can partner with online coaches. You can run Facebook ads. You can build funnels. You can do short form content. You can do AI automation. There are a million different things. What I like to do is like look back at kind of like the short history of running some form of like online service-based business. And it all kind of started with the SMMA GOAT, Ty Lopez, back in the day when he first released his course in like 2016, I believe it was. And if you look back from then till now, the people who have made a lot of money very quickly offering some form of service is that they have acted and executed on trends really quickly. So for example, when Ty first released his course, you could just start literally just creating social media content for different businesses, and a lot of people made a lot of money very quickly with that. And then around like 2017, people started Facebook advertising services because Facebook ads were really easy to do. So you could make a lot of money helping a lot of different businesses with that. So a lot of people made money with that. Then around like 2020, 2021, TikTok became more popular, Reels were released, and people started like short form content agencies. And then when AI got released or ChatGPT got released a few years ago, like AI became really popular. Now, these trends don't always last, but the people who do take advantage of the trends early do tend to make a lot of money very quickly. So one of the biggest trends right now, and it's really been happening for the last couple of years, are creator brands. So we've seen the start of it with KSI and Logan Paul with Prime. We've got people like Chris Williamson and James Smith with Newtonic. And I think even recently, Mike Thurston partnered with Bionic. I think that's what it's called, like a supplement brand. And he's partnered with them. So what happened was when social media first started is that people grew these followings on Instagram really quickly. And then brands would approach them and they would say, hey, I'll pay you, 5K, 10K, 20K to post about our product. And that was fine for a while. Now, the people who didn't have social media followings, people like you and me maybe, we found social media advertising. So like Facebook ads and Google ads and YouTube ads, they were really cheap to run. So we could make a lot of money that way by running ads to our products and services. But over the last couple of years, there's been a shift in the market. These creators who have been growing social media followings, they no longer want to get paid 10K to post on Instagram. They actually want to, instead of growing someone else's business, they want to start their own business. Instead of promoting a product, why don't they just own the product? So these creators have started creating their own brands instead of getting paid to promote others. And at the same time, advertisers who made a load of money with, say, Facebook ads since, they first got released, advertising has become more expensive. So now we're looking at these creators and thinking, well, can we not just partner with them and we can get free traffic? So the creators are looking to get equity and ownership of businesses. And maybe like the more traditional businesses are looking for ways to get free traffic as opposed to paying for it. And that's where kind of like this creator brand trend has started from. So now we know that we want to partner with creators. We want to look at, okay, so like, what are we actually going to sell? What are we actually going to grow? And how are we actually going to approach the deal? So obviously the appeal of partnering with someone who has a large social media following is that they have a global audience. So you're not going to start some form of like local business or local product because that wouldn't be utilizing the leverage that creator has of having a global audience. So we're not going to grow a local business. Now you can look at the examples that I gave you just before, and all of those examples were e-commerce physical products, usually like a consumable, whether it's like a drink or some form of supplement. Now, I'm not saying that idea is like completely bad, but it really depends on the goals that you have with the business. So those creators that I just talked about, they started those e-commerce products, those physical product companies. And I'm not inside the businesses, so I don't know. But I don't think the goal with those businesses is like immediate profit or immediate cash flow. I think the goals with those businesses is to build the business over the next 5 to 10 years and sell it for an exit in the future. So they're not going to get paid much by that company over the next few years, but maybe in like 10 years time, they can sell the company and make, 10 mil, 50 mil, 100 mil, maybe even Prime would sell for $1 billion, right? Depending on how it goes. So they're looking more of like long-term profit and how can they profit over the long term. So if that is your goal, then fine. But if you want to make quick, fast money in 2025, you want to make money that you can keep and you can put into your personal bank account and you can spend on your lifestyle to either like live in a nicer place or move to a different country or buy a car or whatever you want to do with your money. If you want cash and profit that you can actually spend this year, then I don't think like e-commerce is the way to go, like creating a physical product. Because if you go and speak to even like successful e-com founders, right? The people who are actually building proper brands and they're not just trying to sell you a course, they will openly say like, if you want a cash flow business where you can actually get cash in your own personal bank account, then e-com isn't the best way to do that. Because with e-com, you have to constantly like reinvest into the business for future growth. You have to buy stock and stuff like that as well. So a lot of these e-commerce founders who are doing big numbers, again, their goal is probably to exit in the future for a big amount of money. Their goal isn't like immediate cash flow inside their bank account. A lot of these big e-commerce founders, their business is profitable and they're doing big numbers, but they only get paid like a modest salary in their personal bank account in comparison to the numbers that they actually do. The goal is to sell it in the future. So if your goal over the next few months or the next year is to earn money that you can spend to improve your lifestyle or money that you can spend so you can quit your job, then I don't think starting like a physical e-commerce business is the way to go, even if you do partner with a creator. So if you want like immediate cash flow that can improve your current lifestyle right now, then you want to look for something that's global. And then number two, you want to look for something that has high margin, which AKA is also known as selling info. So yes, shock, all roads lead to selling info. So when I say info, it's like info products. So it's people selling courses, coaching, and stuff like that. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Sam, you're a knob. You just come on this video and now you're going to try and tell me to start a growth partner or a growth operating business or I start a frigging school community for an online coach and to take a percentage of the profits. And yes and no. So no, because you don't want to do it like the more traditional way. So number one, you don't want to go to a creator who has some form of following online and be like, hey, we're an agency, we'll charge you like $2,000 a month for content creation, or we'll charge you $2,000 a month for Facebook advertising. You don't want to do that because to earn great money with that, you have to have a lot of clients, and that comes with a lot of different headaches with team management, hiring, finding new clients every month to replace the ones that you lost. And that has a lot of headaches, that business model. But at the same time, you don't also just want to become like these growth operators that charge like 20% of profit from a funnel that you'll build for them. Because the reality is you can make money fast with that, but you don't make money with that creator over the long term. So you'll see these people on YouTube and they'll be like, hey, how I made 80K off one client this month. And it's cool. I'm not saying they didn't make that much money, but did they make it the next month and the next month? Like how long did that creator continue to pay them 20% of their profits? My guess is probably 1 or 2 months. That's why these people, the big catchy headline, it's never how this creator paid me $2 million over a 12-month period, right? It's always how I made 80K in 1 month, because they only make it for that month and they don't continue working with that creator anymore. Because the reality is, if you go into a business relationship with a client and you are a service provider and you go in and you take 20% of the profit, if they pay you 50K, 60K, 70K in 1 month, cool. But it's only going to be a couple of months where they pay that invoice every month where they're like, this is a lot. I'm going to replace this guy. And they're either going to replace you with another agency or another service provider, or if they're paying you like 50K in a month, they're just going to hire to build them a funnel. They're just going to hire like a full-time funnel builder for like 3K a month and just save most of the money. Now, whether that person can do as good of a job as you or a better job than you, who knows, right? right? But the reality is the pain of paying your invoice every single month is going to be extremely high for the end client. So it's not going to take them long before they fire you. So the difference of what I'm trying to say in this video is that you don't want to go and pitch these people to become the growth partner or the marketing partner. You want to go and pitch these creators to either start a business or an offer with you. So you're actually going to split the profits 50-50 or like a more equal amount. You're not going in and saying, hey, I'm going to charge you 20%. So when you go in to get the deal done with the creator, the framing and the positioning is like completely different. It's not, hey, let me help you do this. It is, hey, I'm starting this company or I'm starting this offer and I'm looking for someone to come and partner with me. So when you start the relationship off like that, the dynamics are completely different because you've started this thing together. Like you own it. They can't just fire you the next month because they feel like you're getting paid too much because it's your thing just as much as it is theirs. Now, obviously, if you're taking a bigger piece of the pie, is there going to be more work involved? Yes, of course. Are you going to have more responsibility? Yes, of course. You're also not going to get like an upfront fee for doing the work. You're only going to get paid a percentage of the profit. So there's a little bit more risk involved for you. But at the end of the day, if you partner with the right person, I know for me, I would rather take 50% of one offer or one business versus 10 or 20% of like 5 different offers. Or it's not even offers, it's usually like 20% of 5 different funnels. So not only are you probably going to earn more by working with that one person, but life's going to be easier. You're not trying to grow 5 different businesses at once. And at the end of the day, if you can put your full focus into like 1 to 2 offers versus like 5 to 10 different offers, then over the long term, you're likely going to earn more money. And I'm not just saying this because it kind of sounds cool or it sounds appealing or I think it's going to get a lot of clicks or anything like that. I've actually done this. So over the last year or so, I've partnered with 2 creators. One, we started a brand new company together where we own that company 50-50 and we're both directors and we both get paid payouts and shares and dividends from that company. And then I partnered with another guy and we didn't start an official company, but we started a new offer that we ran together and we split that 50-50. So we just split the profits every single month 50-50. And over the last 12 months, working with those 2 people has made me more than working with like, say, 5 clients at my agency. But also, I don't want to come on here and be like, oh, this is like super easy. Obviously, if you are brand new and you don't have much experience, then the reality is you're not going to be able to go to a Mike Thurston or a Chris Williamson and be like, hey man, like I want to start like a course. Do you want to start one with me and we'll split it 50-50, for example, right? Like that's not going to happen. And here's another fucking thing that annoys me about the people online with like, again, the people who are posting about growth operating and growth partnering and stuff like that is they try and sell you on the dream and try and make it out that it's super easy, that you can just go to this like super like established influencer and creator who's already earning money and being like, hey, do you want me to start a school community for you? And you just give me, 30% of the profit. Like people with half a brain who's already built a following, who've already built a business, they're not dumb enough to give, 30-40% of their profit to a complete beginner just for setting up a friggin' school community. So I'm not going to try and come on here and be like, oh, this is like super easy and there's no work involved and it's super leveraged. No, like you do have to bring something to the table. So if you are wanting to start this and you are brand new, then realistically, you're not going to be able to go after someone who's got like 10 million followers and build a program with them. You're going to have to be a little bit more realistic. Now, one of the guys who I did partner with, he did have like 1.8 million subs on YouTube. But the only reason I was able to partner with him is because I already had a previous relationship with him. So I've known him for like 5+ years. So basically when I moved to Dubai, we've reconnected and we decided to run this offer together. But if you're just starting out, you're probably not going to have that luxury. So with this business model, the key that you want to do is you want to find a creator who is on the come up, for example. So they don't need to have, 200,000 followers, 1 million followers or anything like that. And I think that's where most people go wrong. They start going after these people with these huge followings already. You want to find someone who might be a relatively new creator and their account has just started getting traction. It's kind of like if you're investing into crypto or stocks, you don't want to invest into the crypto that is already one of the biggest cryptos if you want to make quick money fast, right? Now, what you want to do is find a coin or a cryptocurrency that is just about to explode, that is building momentum, and you want to get and invest into it just before it blows up. So that's what we're trying to do with these creators. We're trying to find creators who have just started creating content. The potential is there, but they haven't really grown yet. And if you can do that properly and you find the right creator, then you can partner with them. And because at that moment, they're brand new, they don't really know what they're doing, they don't know how to monetize their social following, they don't even have like a huge social following right now. A lot of them might even be working like a job on the side as well. You want to partner with those people early, because when you go into partner with those people, it's going to be much easier for you to then pitch them on a 50-50 split, because you're going to come in with the marketing knowledge, the business knowledge, and you're going to help them build their business from the ground up. So the goal would be is that you partner with them. They can just focus on content creation and building the brand, and you can even advise them on that as well. But you can handle the marketing, the business, the monetization side of things, and you can actually grow the company together. And then you can hopefully, if they can continue their momentum, they reach their potential, their social media blows up, they grow a social following, then you can actually build and monetize that following together in a 50-50 split. And that is what you want to do. So you almost want to be some form of like scout who is going out there looking for people who have potential, who are building momentum on their socials, but maybe haven't reached the top yet. And you want to partner with them before they get to the top. Now, you've got to be careful. Obviously, you just can't partner with anyone. And you've got to make sure that the person who you do partner with, they have value, they have potential, they're good at creating content. You can't just partner with a complete beginner. But if you can identify the right person and you can partner with the right type of person, then again, you can get all of the upside if you help them grow their socials or their business together. Now, how you actually find these creators who are building momentum and hopefully who are about to blow up on social, it really depends on like you, your skill set, your background, your experience. So if you want a video that goes more into detail on how to find these creators, then just let us know in the comments. I can make that video. But I do believe if you do this business model right, this is the best, agency or service business to start, because it taps into the trend. People want to buy from creators and brands that they follow on social media. They trust the person that they watch on Instagram every single day versus the big corporate company. So if you don't have a following, then you need to find a way, how can you actually leverage other people's audience to grow your own business?